You Don't Look So Good releases this Friday, February 23rd. I am really excited for this project. I figured something I could do beforehand, before it comes out, is just kind of really explain why it exists and why I made the project. So, You Don't Look So Good is a phrase that most people tend to tell you when you're like in your best element of you. Like, for example, have you ever went to school or like just went anywhere? Let's just say school. You ever been to school? You're having a perfectly fine day. You feel good, you feel fine, nothing's wrong with you. And then somebody walks up to you and they're like, hey, are you sick? Are you this or that? You don't look so good. You don't look as good as you think you are, kind of thing. And you're like, no, I'm not sick. I'm not sick or at all or anything. And then you're just like, damn, I thought I was fine. I thought I looked good. I thought I was good, and I thought I was fine. But that perspective that somebody else had is now fucking with your own perspective of yourself or of just however you felt at that moment. Like, you knew you weren't sick, but now you're thinking in the back of your head, like, am I sick? Do I feel bad? Or you know you're happy, but then you're like, am I happy? Are they right? Am I just mad? Am I pissed off? It's like when you have a quote unquote bitch face and people always say that you're always mad, but in reality, you're just chilling. That's what this whole project is about, really. It's just about learning and being able to go through the curve of dealing with other people's perspectives that get pushed onto you while also trying to form your own just perspective in life. And it also is a double on top of that as like a don't focus solely on your perspective, because just because you have a perspective doesn't mean it's the right one. And you don't want to cloud anything good that can happen to you or just anything that can happen to you because you're so focused on your one perspective. It's just you don't look so good, to me, is a mantra of just being able to not cloud yourself from perspectives, but being open to them in a sense. But not so open to them to where it changes your perspective of yourself, like to where you don't even know who you are, to the point where you don't know what you want to be, who you want to be, where you want to go, kind of thing. It's really just it's just a mantra to let yourself know that perspectives are there are meant to be millions of perspectives, but the perspective that should be the most important to you is your own and yourself. And you should be able to navigate in a world full of perspectives and be able to get to that perspective that you know that you love and want in your life. It's a really important topic, I feel like, to me. It's just so many people will try to give you pressures and problems and just things that you didn't have initially when you were in whatever space you were in. But people try to bring negativity and negative ions into your own space when it doesn't connect. It just clashes with each other. So that's really what this whole theme of the project is. That's the main theme of this project, and that's the main reason I made it. There was a time in my life I felt like nothing but perspectives was like the only thing that I was getting dished, and there were always perspectives that I didn't want to actually be recognized with, or just negative perspectives, or just things in life. And also just like this project was really made in like a sense of a rut, like a creative rut, and just a moment of not knowing what I was gonna do next, not knowing where I was going next. This EP was made after a whole project I scrapped, and it felt like, because the last one felt like it wasn't right, and then as time went on, things happened and things got me to the point where I'm at now. And I think it was mostly just because I was so focused on the perspective of how I wanted things to be, how I thought things should be, that I wasn't even focused on the actual just thing. I was so focused on the perspective that I'm giving the said thing rather than on the said thing. Coming back to that "you don't look so good" mantra, like that. You think something looks bad or is bad, so you then make it bad, and then that same thing, whether good or bad, now is determining itself as bad because it thought it was good, but you are bringing the perspective of bad onto it. So it's really just a kind of the same thing with ego under confidence. Not the same thing fully, but in the sense of navigating a certain feeling and just navigating a certain kind of element that's in life that is very common, and I feel like it's not talked about a lot. Perspectives are a heavy thing, and perspectives are something that when said or when brought up into conversation can really change how you just feel and just view everything. So that's why You Don't Look So Good exists. And I'm really excited to share it with you guys. I feel like I get my story across really well in 4 songs, and these 4 songs are just really the pinnacle of the ideas and the perspectives, or at least the size of the perspectives that most people don't get to see. Like When You Had It was When You Had It was giving you that clouded perspective sense to where you think everything that isn't yours is better. And then when you do get that said thing, it turns out it's really not. It's not better. It's just that perspective that you have of it. And then when you do get that said thing, you then put another perspective on it, whether good or bad, you know? So the rest of these songs are they're very important to me. And yeah, I'm really excited for you guys to hear them. And other than that, I really appreciate you guys just heavily. Thank you to everyone who bought the project. Thank you to everyone who bought a CD. Thank you to everyone who bought anything from me or who has ever bought anything from me. It means the world. And I'm really excited to share this with you guys. February 23rd, You Don't Look So Good, midnight, one of my best projects. I hope you enjoy. Thank you.